why combo exercises suck. Let's determine or define what a combo exercise is first. A combo exercise is not a compound exercise. They're different. So a compound exercise, let's define that first. A compound exercise is an exercise that works more than one muscle group. So it's not an isolation exercise like a bicep curl. It's a compound exercise like a bench press, which works your chest, your triceps, and your shoulders. A bicep curl just works your bicep. Isolation, compound. When we're talking about combo exercises, it's not talking about the combo of muscles that you're using. It's talking about literally a combo of exercises that are done in one. The prime example is the burpee. And I've got beef with the burpee. I've got beef. Wow, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. I've got beef with the burpee. For anyone that wants to maximize their results and build muscle, please take burpees out of your program. If you've signed up to a Team Brock Ashby program, you will not see burpees. Look, I did them back in the day when I didn't know as much and I was an early personal trainer. But I've become much wiser and much more knowledgeable, and burpees have to go if you are serious about building muscle and getting strong as well. And the reason for this is because if you are doing a combo exercise, there's always going to be a discrepancy in what weight you can lift for each exercise. Okay, let's look at the burpee. You have a push-up and a jump squat, basically. You go down to the floor. Sometimes you don't have to do a push-up, but if you're going to do a real burpee, then you want to do a push-up at the bottom, get some extra gains. And then you're going to stand up and your feet have to leave the ground. So that's technically a jump. How much weight could you do a push-up with? You know, you could probably add 20 kg on your back if you're relatively strong. You could probably do more if you're even stronger than that. But, you know, you could add, let's say, 10 to 20 kilos on your back when you're doing a push-up. Let's go to a jump squat. How much weight could you jump squat? Okay, you can do a bodyweight jump squat. Easy. Could you hold a 20 kilo dumbbell or weight and jump? Pretty easy. Could you do 40 kilos or 50 kilos? Yeah, I think you could. We can squat way more than we can push up. If we just break it down to the fundamentals of, let's say, bodybuilding exercises in replacement of a push-up and a jump squat, let's say just like a normal barbell back squat and a chest press or a bench press, we can squat way more than we can bench press. And that's because our legs are much bigger muscles than our chest, shoulders, and triceps. So let's, I like to speak from personal experience because I don't want to just make up random numbers. My 1 rep max for my back squat is not that impressive. It's 170 kg for one. My bench press 1 rep max is about 150 kilos. So there's a 20 kilo difference there. But even if we're doing reps, I can squat way more than I can bench press. So if I'm going to do them together, there's going to be a muscle group that's going to get left behind. So my legs aren't going to get as much of a workout as my chest is. Okay, and the same goes with a jump squat and a burpee. Sorry, a jump squat and the push-up within the burpee. Your chest, shoulders, and triceps are probably going to get more of a workout than your legs are. Now, the thing with the burpee, though, is it has the combo exercises, but it also adds in this element of cardiovascular exercise. So your heart is getting a work, you're getting tired. And that's usually okay if you're trying to increase your cardiovascular output. But with the burpee, you're doing a push-up and a jump squat under fatigue. And this is why so many people have come to me injured. They were doing burpees. Or even worse, they were doing a box jump under fatigue. So fatigue is good, right? Sometimes we want that, especially when we're trying to do cardio. But this is why burpees do not belong in your cardio program. Burpees. There's too high of a level of skill to a burpee to actually get absolutely flogged doing it, because you're probably going to screw up a push-up. You might hurt your shoulder. You're probably going to screw up the jump squat. You might hurt your ankle. You might hurt your knee. If you're going to do cardio, run, row, swim, cycle. Do these things because you can push yourself so hard and there's no risk of injury. You're just going to get tired and then kind of stop. But when you're doing a burpee, you're going to get tired and you're not going to stop naturally. Your body's going to stop because you're going to get injured, or you're just going to be like doing sloppy form, We've all seen the CrossFit bloopers of burpees just going absolutely wrong. So they're just such an average exercise. Like, they're not a good cardio exercise. They're not a good muscle building exercise. I understand if CrossFitters want to do them because they're an exercise specific to the sport. You sometimes have to do them in the workout of the day or the WOD. So I get that. But other than that, if you really want to build muscle, get them out. Don't do burpees. Do push-ups separately in a separate set. Do squats in a separate set. Because even if you look at it like doing a squat and a push-up together, if you're doing a squat and then doing a push-up and doing a squat and doing a push-up, when you're doing the push-up, your legs are resting. When you're doing the squat, your chest is resting. So there's no real constant tension of the muscle when you're doing these two alternating exercises rep for rep. I would rather a superset where you do push-ups until failure and then you do squats until failure, because then at least you have this constant tension continually working the muscles that you're targeting, right? Another lame combo exercise that I've seen online is things like, you do a split squat and then you might dumbbell curl. Split squat, dumbbell curl. And if you don't know what a split squat is, it's like a lunge that's static. So you're not lunging forward and lunging back. You're just going up and down. So your feet stay stationary. That is the difference between a split squat and a lunge. So they'll do like a split squat and then they'll curl. Or even they'll lunge forward, curl, lunge back. How much can we lunge? Okay, let's say in my current program, I'm doing 30 kilo dumbbells in my hand and I'm lunging. Or I'm doing split squats. Around 30 kilos is what I use for somewhere between 8 to 10 reps. If I'm going to curl, my biceps aren't too strong. I might be doing like 12.5 kilos, 15 kilos for 8 to 10 reps for my bicep curls. Can you see the discrepancy there? There's literally 20 kilos in each dumbbell that's on my hand. That's 40 kilos total if we look at it like holding two dumbbells side by side, that my legs are missing out on just because my biceps can't keep up with my legs. That's why combo exercise are horrific for your gains. They look cool on Instagram, and that's why they're so popular. Influencers are lazy. They're like, what can I do that looks cool? It looks time efficient. It's going to be perfect for these time short mothers out there that are at home with babies. I know. So I'm going to post a deadlift and a curl, or a split squat and a lateral raise. I'm going to put them together. And then it's going to be like, yeah, you only need 10 to 15 minutes to train. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll film that. I'll get in my little, sports bra and little booty shorts, and I'll post it, and it'll go viral. And it does. And then people are doing it, and they're wondering why they're not getting results. Yes, any movement is better than no movement. But that's super basic, okay? If you're in this position of going from no movement to some movement, that's cool, right? But this podcast is probably not for you because you're probably already moving, and I'm about taking you from where you are, which could be like a basic level of understanding or just getting into training, to taking you to what optimal looks like. And optimal doesn't look like doing a deadlift and then doing a curl with the same weight, because your deadlift muscles that you're trying to do, which, your hamstring and glutes, they are not going to be getting stimulus from 12.5 kilos in each hand. Your biceps will, but your deadlifts will not be. They will be suffering. So they'll be getting weaker. Your biceps will be increasing, but you're just wasting your time. You may as well do a set of deadlift for 8 to 10 with, 3 times the weight, and then getting a different weight and doing the curls after. That's why combo exercises suck. It sounds time efficient, but it's actually not, because you're wasting time in the gym. So what's the cost there? What's the cost? It's the time spent in the gym. So combo exercises, if you see them in your program, if you see them on your social media feed, if you see them anywhere, get rid of them. Okay, I hate them.